Hey guys, Choppadong here. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but let's roll through an NHL slate here with a little bit of time left to go and use the DFS Army Research Station tools to hand build a lineup. I've been doing a lot of MME lately. Mostly it's mixing and matching stacks, roll them up in the Yahtzee Cup, let them go. It's a fun way to play, but let's get back to basics. Start tracking some 100-man competitions, play one or two a night, see where it goes over the next few weeks. And the way we would do that, hell, I don't know. I'm not looking at the domination station and just mixing and matching stacks anymore. Now I actually have to dig in and do some research. So on today's slate, we'll come down here 12 games. We'll start looking at in the last 10 games, kind of who's scoring the goals, right? Toronto, okay, whatever. Buffalo even. Buffalo's not bad. If Campbell fails, which we're not trying to get too contrarian on a large slate, but if Campbell fails, Buffalo might do well. Next thing you know, Buffalo might be sneaky because Toronto usually has had suspect defense, but, not this year, not so much this year. Buffalo's definitely allowed some goals. Toronto's probably a good stack tonight. Looking at Pittsburgh, maybe not so much. Ottawa, not so much. I'm really just looking for who's running hot. Montreal's uptick a little bit. Detroit's scoring. Detroit, I used Winnipeg and Detroit in my first lineup, just full disclosure. So I'm looking to get different. Florida's been scoring goals. Florida's been a great team this year. I know Vasilevsky's had his issues. So in net, that might be interesting. They're not allowing a ton of goals, but not really scoring a lot either. Florida might be fun as a more contrarian type of play. So maybe we look for some Florida tonight. Let's actually write them down as on a short list. These are purely tournament type plays. This isn't a cash type situation. St. Louis has had some issues. They're a pretty good team. They can implode. Carolina's been scoring some goals. So has St. Louis, believe it or not. Carolina doesn't allow very many goals. They're on a back-to-back, but that I don't want to tackle a defensive team like that. I'd probably hit this game playing to the under and just stay away from it. New York, probably not. Columbus, probably not. LA, Winnipeg, yes. But like I said, I used Winnipeg and Detroit in my first lineup. Probably not going to use Winnipeg a second time. Arizona, no. Nashville's automatically in a good spot. Arizona's been giving up a lot of goals against, so we'll put Florida, Nashville as secondary stack options. I was intrigued with a little bit later on the slate type of stuff. Philly's not scoring, Dallas isn't scoring. If they do tonight, so be it. San Jose a little bit. Colorado's been interesting. San Jose's given some goals, not terrible. Colorado's given up some goals. San Jose would be a deeper tournament type of play. San Jose wouldn't be bad. If we could find a hot top line last 10 games, it's not bad. So put San Jose on the short list. And where are we at with Colorado? Of course, we probably ought to include them some. So there's 4 teams to look at. Vancouver, I wanted to see how they were scoring, see how they were giving up goals. Not giving up a ton of goals. Vegas is not. They're scoring okay, but all right. So that's probably about that. Minnesota hadn't been scoring as much lately. They are giving up goals, though. That puts Seattle in a good spot. Seattle's scoring goals. All right. Seattle. And actually, for some reason, I like that. Who on Seattle's been doing the damage? Line 1. Line 2, not so much. So we'd probably focus on line 1. So call that Seattle 1. I know Florida 1 is okay. Nashville 1 probably would be the play. Let's go back up and look at San Jose. See where they've been scoring. Timo Meyer's been all right. So that'd be San Jose 1 most likely. Defensive pairing, you could stack them with that. What I'm looking here with the defensive pairing, I'm looking for green check marks. Green check marks tell me these guys are playing. So San Jose 1, Seattle 1, Florida, Nashville. Okay, that gives us enough to work with. But again, this just doesn't have to take too long. So now I'm just going to come into, I could use line combinations if I wanted to, but I can just dive right in and start building lineups too. So if I wanted to look, Seattle, I don't know why. Just sounds interesting to me. So let's take the Kraken and let's see who's on that top line. Eberle, Giordano, Jaden Schwartz. How consistent Schwartz has been pretty decent. A little bit of a lull there. But generally speaking, he's got about 30-point upside. Giordano should have a floor as a defenseman, but it's pretty single-digit floor. Not really interested there. What's Eberle looking like? 24, 40. Got some lower numbers there, but Eberle and Schwartz definitely look like plays. Who rounds out that first line? Wenenberg, interesting. There we go. Let's do that. Let's put Wendenberg in the center. This might be a double center lineup too. That'd be really intriguing. That'd definitely be different. Nope, Eberle's a wing. And Schwartz. So there's your first three. Now, the second one I can do Nashville, Florida, Colorado, San Jose. I really kind of want to do San Jose, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Let's try Florida. Let's see, guys, this is just mixing and matching. Barkov's incredibly consistent. Puts him up there with Duclair, and Viragi can score. Let's see how he's been doing lately. Not great. Duclair. Big game there. That's what we would want out of him. Uyghur's on that first pair. Uyghur has been a little inconsistent of late. We can leave that alone. We can take a couple of guys outside of there if we wanted to. We can come back up here, take a look at the old Ekblad. Real low. Trash. So we're probably set right about there. 7,000 per player. I usually will check after I make my stacks. I'll check. I'll look for a couple of value spots, and then I'll jump into my goalie. I just want to see how much I'm watching this average price per player. That's what I want to see. I could probably get, well, Campbell's not starting tonight, it looks like. He's not confirmed anyway, unless that's what this is. They're projected. I don't see them as confirmed. What do you mean no recent news? 30-31. Don't know if he's in there or not, in nets or not. Since I'm not using San Jose, I could use Kemper. I'm looking for a little bit more pop in the goalie. We could go against Tampa Bay. We could use Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky correlates with the three guys here. Let's do that. Total tournament play. But see now, if Florida's line goes off, Bobrovsky might be in the line for the win. It kind of correlates in a positive fashion. He's averaging 25 points per early in the season, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Now I've got 6,300 per defenseman. I grab me a couple of quarterback. There's Josie. Easy quarterback play on the power play in Nashville. That gets me some Nashville exposure. Now 5,800. Ellis, Krug, D'Angelo for Carolina would be interesting. Chabot, of course. Giordano again. Pionk in Winnipeg. I could do that. I left 800 over. Big deal. There's the lineup. I mean, you can mix and match pieces. You can go back and if you didn't like the whole idea of Nashville and Florida and San Jose, you can infuse your own team. Like I said, the first lineup I used Winnipeg and Detroit. We'll see how these two work out tonight. Last night we had a decent run going up to about top 20 in a 100-man league, which is only top 20% of the league, but it had a decent score going until Chicago posted that second goal, which gave Fleury the win, as well as Kaner another assist, and that dropped me from 4th or 5th place in the quarters, the 20,000 person quarters, dropped me all the way out of the top 100. Therefore, being a top-heavy contest, I didn't get paid squat. Ended up with a small net loss on the evening, and that's how the cookie crumbles. But what we're going to start doing is tracking these 100-man leagues a little bit too, because I swear pound for pound on FanDuel, they're the best bang for your buck. You can learn to produce a top 1% lineup pretty often. You're still going to fail 90 to 95% of the time, and you're not going to produce a winning lineup. But you can get in the cash, top 12%. If you can get in the cash 20% of the time or so, you'll net profit in these things fairly well. You're still going to go through long cooler stretches. There's no doubt about that. But you will have some hot streaks that will repair some damage. Your goal is to amass 20 to 40 to 50 lineups before you even really look at your results. Just track them. Just look at your results after 40 or 50. Get a sample size under your belt, and then start tracking how many times do you get in the top, say, 50%? How many times do you get in the top 30%? How many times do you get in the top, 100%, whatever the case may be, top 1%, I guess I should say. Let's open this one up. Here's what I'm talking about. I'll go ahead and close these out for confusion's sake. 4th place, 56th place, 75th place, 75th place. You can see it was a really bad run to start the last time I did this, but then got a 6th, then 47th. But when it's all said and done, this type of a run right here would discourage a ton of people, especially in a top 12 type contest, because they're not getting paid squat. They're losing, every night they feel like, and they'll panic and they'll start saying, what do I do? What am I doing wrong? Nothing. If you're stacking your lines and stacking correct, you're nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. Your hot streak will come. You just have to wait it out. You have to have the bankroll to survive and wait it out. You had, after this 43 contests, top 50%, 61% of the time. These lineups were safe enough for cash games. Top 30%, triple ups, 35% of the time, profitable there. Top 12%, 100-man leagues, 20% of the time there. Top 1%, only 2% of the time. But if you create a top 1% lineup 2% of the time, you have an edge in this game. You're going to be fine. $43 in, 56 out, 43 slates, $56, a whopping $13 profit. Big deal. You can grind these while you're playing the other bigger ticket item contests. You can grind profit out of these tournaments. Never play a cash game in your life unless you don't profit in the top 30 or the top 12, but you're here, top 60 or top 50, you're in there 60% of the time, then yes, start playing cash games as your grinder because you're profitable in those. But wherever you land, if you can beat the top, the min cash in a lot of these places and get in there more times than you're supposed to, you can grind those things for profit. That's how this game gets won. But you have to know your own skill level, assess your own skill level by tracking it, and then you have to put it in the proper contests. If you need that kind of help building these kind of lineups that fast or whatever, they're fine, they're competitive lineups, track the results, know that on the long run, you'll be fine, so you don't have to sweat the ups and downs every night. Yes, the downs get frustrating, but you don't have to sweat them so much wondering, do I suck or do I need to whatever? If you need that type of help, you jump into dfsarmy.com and you look me up, Chop It On. Come talk to me, I will talk to you, and we'll fix your game. That's what we're about. Use the coupon code DFSARMY. Get to dfsarmy.com. Use the Core 4 or the VIP memberships. Get the premium Discord channels and come inside, hit me up, say you like my videos. If you like them, like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button so you get new videos as they drop. And I'd love to help you get better at daily fantasy sports. That's what I do. That's who I am. Have a good weekend, everybody. Peace out.